All right. Well, not the best of days for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. A cheetah for what you see. The Galka Top 4, which is a preseason competition. By you and I, you know him say, "Basam the brofona start your producer as a brofona But me know him say, say a preseason dear, and so on your P amount for any dear cherry. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Eluzu by 2-1 against Bebiani GOLDSTARS. This is a year. The last time Kotoko Luzu game was also in Accra. Kotoko ball a year. Vision FC and Oluzu 3-1. After that, now say Nyome Okoyema Kotoko and Wako Luzu by 2-1. Well, yeah, the highlights never fresh from Komono, so that when we are painting a picture of an incident that happened, now the video now, no one would dare call so, but we're going to talk about the things we observed. Our match yimu akwakofa nkuku eti abanti ball no bra wo hwe no eno ma bi a foul ani so a wadwan koso yie no ena mi benya abotre atesemu abiabiemu edi amawo amoenyamu ntiase. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The channel is Inside Kotoko with Obed. Well, later you better nkum sasonka na we breaking issues down at the amaya. But first and first, before I move on to the system, our coaches in the boy, Obi or monitor say Obed bien himself. I'm so much interested in pitches. Prime band so and him funny about ball. The pitch is very, very important when it comes to my discussions. And Henra, the catcher himself a video to some man for share Legon Park, no. You crew man, your maintenance culture, no, hard you. Legon Park, yeah. And ka endi ben fie miensa no hu park na atimu se eye park a nyame na abo place na oban ama 90 minutes no matimi abo awie eye park a eno ankasa tumi act as obstacle to good football. So the ball ne to form abo ne papa no park ne nye baby a brown baby a yellow baby a wankasa atimu se anya ne nya level e o park ne so. And it comes back to the issue of organization. But clearly, this was not a befitting park venue for such a game. Don't forget, they are champions of the Ghana Premier League and champions of the Ghana FA Cup. So two teams are season Aquarian or crew one and AC kind, and you can imagine a modern ball put two up, which was clearly not the best. Our a young common so poor. I said yet edema a year in penny for I and only a mam yim shishimeno. Your 1 day pen a park river rest you because a year and then has a ball out of Lions to 2 matches on this pitch. Not now arrested na Friday as our matches menu. Ni as arrested a Saturday as our matches menu on Sunday. I mean, clearly. This is not the best. This is certainly not the best. Well, observation number 2. A match of this magnitude, attendance was so poor. Penny, maybe on the field issue, no, but me starting off the field, no. Nipa ne was stadium on nation crying. Obeka so say Kotoko Kumasi GOLDSTARS will be any no mako debi. In penny for no organized competition, no man promo match ni. If you are looking at the cost involved, a kana a woman 2 matches net to a 50 series and this is the best 4 teams in the league and these are clubs of my recruitment and then GOLDSTARS who Samson Aduku Pia what I say Obenya Francis Chene formerly of Bechem United wo Pia on one side Emmanuel Ajimai formerly of Basake Oli Stars, and also on one side, Vision FC for left back and Edmond, on the Sujina OP. And there's a team, you know, what moves on Mashishe, Oba Kotoko Soa, Unya Obisa Shaibu Abubakar, Zubi Mendi, Seth Kwejo, Unya Hilaria Dabo, Morphine Donzu, in Tikakotkweti Tafo one crying. Wamunya team nation a breeze, Abrin and Comeding. Team na he but in penny for number match no de and 2 years stadium not with a debut in more. And I think moving forward they must fix that. Point number 2 now. Let's move on to on the field observations. Coach Karim Zito started with a 4-3-3 system. Kamara imposed Shaibu Abubakar because I can't load more issue heading. Patrick Esiedu and run line up in numero bi ohwe mu bia na eno ana me de bre wo no. No anya Samba ne Henry Ansu 4-5. Coach is going for the NFL consistency. So at him come and say Lord in prayer and Lord ne be den e be start. If we say or person the defense near omo nim omo dada. But ye be ba so. Whether omo nim omo dada is working or not. But what him come and say. Now in the middle Hilary Adabo Kojo said and Emmanuel and just a middle no there are 3 new players. You 2 new players. It is a middle no a fresh kakra. They are trying to understand themselves whilst playing matches. So we're learning whilst playing. Inti uma new players ni bebrana na asema den aba. Front 3 ni mo dada. Saka Dawuda, Kwame Poku, ene abranti e frɛ no Albert Amwa. Albert Amwa scoring the goal medical the amount dada. And my catcher say Atakumi ehye ba ko na Henry Ansu ehye ne ho in the 2-1 defeat. Now this is it. Coach Karim Zito need to fix his midfield. Convey? Midfield, you know. And I didn't really see the dominance of Adabo. What you say? How control matches. Intimidate opponent. Me hune sa o game no. I don't interest on Yadia. The usual chasing the ball, winning back possession, small quick passes, no. And there, I say, head out the mountain. But the midfield lacks some level of coordination. And to me, GOLDSTARS won the midfield battle. Observation by Kwame say GOLDSTARS winning midfield battle. You can see that individual brilliance in the Kotoko setup. Oh. Say enchijia so do ko benkum do aba ni fam we twa na to hone de oye so who assist na kwajo set man no and look at the process leading to the assist passes between set any confessor de atum passes between set any Saka any entry and son of Mosuma Bondiama Albetamu na ono cut in from the right wing. It was just a delight to watch. That is what you call promise. But also the amount for pennies as you know, Sadi and Twasu throughout the game, and I can tell you, say, and Twasu, I was not surprised. Say, coach, in started say, in Efrimu, making changes in the middle because clearly the midfield, the Jumanana coach in the person made a true baby, no, woman Timanya say Jumano. So there is work. The last time that they analyzed it as Kotoko team. And Kotoko team no midfield no, and our positions are issues. So me catch us at a Kotoko midfield no, a developing midfield, and saying developing temwa. One here by the time I be Jinan and also na breach here then abo. Like I said, the boys have quality, but they are not playing as a what? As a unit, and that is a problem for Kotoko. The fourth observation, this was a good exercise for both teams. Very, very good exercise for both teams. Listen. When you are preparing for Africa, my problem is a risky exercise because the timelines now you the matches and me ninja home. So what I say, what Chinechi almost saying no Chinechi from us abo. So you see that you are psyching your fans to accept that this is a preseason competition. Into a more way or make your mom baby. Now the another group heading about but someone will cheat for it is and say. But so we cheat out for and test and I say start here press a panic button. And anytime I'm saying risky then good exercise. Normally all saying I'm fun negative, no positive when you are speaking. But in this context, it is positive as in a good exercise, but it's also risky. I hope you understand as I make can I say. So Kotoko cheat out for and test say coach in the year preseason next match against Out of Lions. If you ever drop poor mom starting na. When mama Kamar wama Haruna Dari maba Debbie send you who the strength of his team. No mukoya change na NGI. You have no other choice than to play his main team in the next game against Out of Lions. And our preseason, even in season proper, you get more than 2 resting days. Say team bebo Champions League in pa. So obo match Sunday obo Wednesday. Next when you Monday, Tuesday off and Sunday obo Wednesday. Then see ebe team abo match back on. Now one day abed na ntem na ade eche awobo. Enti send a guy can share competition in there. They want you to use almost every player in your domain. But will your fans accept that? And that makes it what? Risky. Because with this particular match you've been able to spot certain weaknesses in the Kotoko team and GOLDSTARS subenyane there. Into the frimpon man so cotton crying. I watch the boys from this game. Obehu say hano ebia omonti asie the way I am person here omonti asie no. So you start fixing it. But I want to say indeed that makes it risky. But what I say, another point a man here risking here say the teams are playing it like a competitive match, and therefore there will be certain crazy tackles. Transfer window you close to nyame adom adwada. And say see a player bi nyame amfafie na kwesi ada last match no kopra. Se wonya bi ahyem ansana. Opanyini Sana transfer window na close no aso and that's another reason why it's a good exercise, but it's also what? Risky. But you have what they make and say, and that's another observation I'm the mouth. Coffee Kotoko boy emancipation new year no. Maybe can't problem be a me who could team no watch it with defense no. And I see and I'm follow me channel you so there you won't have a problem connecting with me when it comes to this story. Me started train my against you say Kotoko ball has consider penalty. Manka. Kotoko ball Kaiser Chiefs consider penalty. Kotoko ball emancipation consider penalty. And then wabo GOLDSTARS as consider penalty. And so we share the friendly matches at Kotoko ball. In the space of 7 games, we are considering 4 penalties. That is a problem. That is then a problem. Kotoko no me lucky. Say omo ball has no Emmanuel Amankwa ball penalty ma Kamara then. Eche no. Yako South Africa. Miguel Ignacio. About penalty F and chain. But I say emancipation for the boss. I won't say chum chain bomber rebound on my boss. And then the Samuel attack kumia boss. So no matter how you trust your keepers, that they are excellent as penalty savers, you should be limiting the mistakes leading to the cause of the penalties. Because African they will be manso. Instead of 12 botokro, na ya will charm a penalty abadia. Na so who see you sweat ya African pa. And a crime else na GOLDSTARS for Tiomoka. A penalty. A penalty. One will ask, is it that there's too much pressure on the defense to the extent that they crack down? One will ask, is that the Kotoko defenders are not being smart with their tackles? Because you know him say, "Boy, na bono." Say penalty, baby. Say ni pani box. Now you defender, they ba ko e kire on say obi ura box no ma. Say any form of contact. Infringement, no, a deadly one. Because infringement outside the box, the opponent exit. You can't exit. Expected chance or the ball to attempt. Our form. But when it's inside the box, it is an infringement. A massive advantage to the opponent. And to a defender, box, the first thing you think about is how you can maximize safety. Referee asem. What you say? And you want how they to say Kotoko Kaiser Chiefs, Ansu Kochi, defender, striker Zuba Jesse. I say, oh yeah, there be whenever a player goes down in a penalty box, okay, when a ref is doing command, they pay so much attention to that. Because say when your decision writer, wakosu team ne pa. So boy nya ko box mupe. Referees pay attention power offside ball in the box. Referees a decision I say we yet timid because a foul bar around the center circle. Now when Timmy and Jia yebu enugu so. What I say? But the rap box you know when Timmy and Jia say but coach Karim Zito In as much as recently, the Asante Kotoko defense, yes, they are doing so well. With boy, a buffer, you man, how they are dealing with set pieces. But how they are allowing fouls around the penalty box and inside the penalty box is a cause, it's a worry. As a coach, what about Haas, what about Kaiser, what about emancipation, what about GOLDSTARS? So the emancipation put on China. Teams say in the last 3 penalties there. And that is not the best. I want moving forward. Come Harry Ansu mistake no. But no, ye bo nyina na yesua. Ye kan wasem nyina na eden yesua de. Say keepers e pass ball e de ma defender. Na ohun say the passing options. Ye ka passing options and our passing lanes are. Say wa okuta ball no. Baby abetimi abo ball na eden afa. And hanipa abetimi abo ama no. Nte me na mkuta ball na metimi abo ama confia na metimi abo ama nkumsa. And I met me about Mr. P. These are the options. And the coaches, when they are telling their players to press her, the first thing you are looking at is how you will block the passing options of the Okuta ball. So goalkeeper decided to open her up as an outlet, as an option for a player Okuta ball, especially in this case a defender. Keepers decided not to stay in the penalty or in the goal post. If we say, so Obama me, maybe a speed now the ball no. I know a shinama intimi and control. Me jina po no ma ball na kotonet. But what I say? And to keep a stream if you go and now even defenders you catch it say ball Eddie ama keeper and bon ko po num. But what I say? Bo pie. Send the keeper na nduru one temwa e corner. Se keeper ni pull through on tem no yes o control na fan na asia e corner. But yembo nkopo mu biem. And as a mature defender like Ansu, I expect you to know something basic like this. Ball na pass him Ansu no. He could have gone long. Ehon e hamen. Comment me aboy mu bim. Esia na saying. And go through there den kwan who say only option be otimi botu through. But what I say? And I throw no to defensive thrower. And here the ben one uboko opponent in the corner line. Ona ko true. Now say see who PSG. Go kick the ball. No about to throw a opponent in the corner line. No ma start here then. Air press so that Ombe get you closer to your penalty box, win back possession. And then if any counter pressing, so no be to the ball na ko to atem. Enti kawo de won timi nya hwe no. Boss throw na e corner line na e ben then. GOLDSTARS for no ho. No mo koto throw na ya kwata o mo akwaje ball na ben pool no. Na so be decide so be bama o keeper there. SS first o scan it. Now the position of your keeper. The man Ansu the eni ehunu no. He had no idea the position of the keeper. All he needed to do was to at least 10. The last time I made both players ni be about so when it comes to scanning. We a player crana. They say what decided see defenders in our pass. And to a player, sana born you scan and look at the threat around you. Whether we be jina one chain or bet or bow so, whether we be through a chiba, whether we jina ye pokra and son of frebo. This is ana born ye bono. Yam frebo, a bramin nim dear child ya. Whether me jina baby ye pass him, ye bet me a Jeffrey, and yan is heavy. What scan it? It's a was scanning now who's a winjina ya, and no bit me tuning as a boko ha. Because I know all what you could have born because was scanning will say, Ebi any farfas will be heading, and down to boko. And bomb mammy boko ha, because many a charming worship. So for a pass that Henry Ansu had limited press. Sakabono. A can inside any problem and said to go to swan, come at us a cacra. Send ye may fret me follow ya. But when Nippon bow so sa, Tidiane so yan to her ponum. No, who may be a camarade, Obomano. This is a blunder from a player over elite level that is not something you should watch. You should be doing. Now, Oyayama penalty nearby, no. Somebody calls penalty, no. But first defender a uniform was Henry Ansu. And a man Samba, a cover up, also penalty. But what I mean, come on, I say. Ansu did not seize the opportunity. And one year, the next game, Zakaria, and Asifa, a baby Jinema, Hiana, a Jumana, a den, the Ama Ansu. I won't come with you. But what I say, because skies are not informed so by, and then informed so for Friday, Abba, as a sort of Michelle, not to turn in your man. Moving forward, Emmanuel Kobe, a diagro, keeper Kobe. What I say, he is a short stopper. So a short stopper. On that flamboyant goalkeepers, no. But a Juma and him say keeper could that poor muyane de hot ye when we are when we are keeper Jumani saying Oba mention mental ma will be no bonko and say Jumanoye. I mean, and there what grab the opportunity when it arises and we're making meaningful saves or did the necessary applause for his wonderful job as a keeper. Erema and a Gold Stars. I was also impressed with Gold Stars defense. And I saw a different Samson Eduku today. I was like, Asama Macau. At the point, now, Michelle Senior, Neomane Kona. Now, Danka Isaac Minche Prano. And Keduku Tran Kaiden, Kebebwa. But that's football. You can't eat your cake and have it. Ujani Panama no kwa. As a boy is now, on a girl be the to Jagger and I know who's a girl and I pick a form. Hey, gave my mistake. When you mistake, stick and stay with your decision. What I say, just that making sure that when you take a decision, you are making sure say in the long run, no, you took a wrong decision. So what you do after the decision is very important. But Gold Stars, they played well. They played very, very well. And football, sometimes you force your opponent to make mistakes. At the a hard thing, the transition of the Kotoko team from midfield to attack. It was a bit slow for my liking. Gold Stars had swift transition. Omoche bonana omudru Kotoko half, but Kotoko nejia. No moche ansa no medru Gold Stars for no. But what I mean, come on as born enyiri. Until except born a contem. Menya sure say make say enkwala asem say e bia Gold Stars for no how musu debi just a star as a Kotoko adabobo kakra saf kwadu said bobo kakra entwi bobo kakra ansa na e bia abetamu abeji abo kakra endru attackers no ho yeden entem. And there are two things: either is the style of play of the coach to take the opponent out gradually. What do I say? They were finding passes per goal. The number of passes and sana go aba. Your team won the passes per goal. Extra. You will be also the passes leading to goals. No, and also this will be say Pep Guardiola. We talking about 30 passes and sana boy at on the net. Sana or no penal. So it can either be the star of the coach depending on how who the players. No, everyone say the players near bottom more bread. Intiempre am fan ko duru penalty box no. Ni feed you more. But come me help Kotoko for na. Se saka da binifa na Albert da benku na kwa mpoku da ho a. E ball na koto defenders na chi omudi defenders na nam one on one. E ho na mimi hunu so me ya ade. Sa na mimi hunu. Se ball ni da Albert anim ni entum nika, let's run to space. Whilst we don't have the ball. That is what I think is the strength of the Kotoko players. In future Kotoko go am say ya. Because you said Tinya no suma born in them, and he made it easy for Albert. Kotoko did not create a lot of chances, but based on Kotoko creating the first chance, that should tell you saying Kabon Quantum and I enter of Finfuan Kabebwa. Because the more you hold on to the ball and you pass more, you give your opponent chance to recover. And now pack the back. But when as against a year turnovers in the back or no lusu ya or no jebona no Jeffrey sir. That is when only players never settle a be recover a be cover up and you can punish them. Do share penalty na Kotoko concede na. Tama Kotoko lusu ball na fe na Kotoko defenders near them almost show mu yie. And I want to be me then I punish you. I did not enjoy the midfield today. I did not really enjoy Samba and Henry Ansu Patrick Essiedu was average for me. Mohamed Kamara average. Shaibu Abubakar first game he was decent. Albert Amoa scored to many applause. Kwame Poku total passenger in the game. Saka Dauda gave us some glimpses of hope, but still work to be done. Bench Johnson average. Donzu when ya any on that moment now also be chiribi work to be done. Hubert Jeun. I think that the substitutes also did not really impact the game from the bench. And then all in all, let's give credit to Gold Stars. If football is being fair, Gold Stars played very well, defended very well, had a more solid team in terms of department. Little mistakes, and this game will really boost their confidence. But for Kotoko, it opened the eye of the coach on the preparation for Africa. I say, edu be yon kugo bi wo ha ebie wani e ma wo yeden usua nyansa ebubu akoma but ma wo yeden usua nyansa, and that is what I think this particular game ebe yama Asante Kotoko. So more to come on this very channel. Don't forget to subscribe or comment also on the game ubetimi a drop. Bye bye.